You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to Tech for Tech Tech Talk. This is a show where we help your IT business grow. I hope you're all doing fine today. If not, let us know in the comments. If you are, obviously let us know in the comments as well. And also, if you can hear us and see us, let us know so we know we are actually live. Looks like Tim's got a guest in the background there. So,
yeah.
So we've got Tim on the show tonight. We've also got Jenni, who's the boss, and we've got Cormac as well, all the way from Ireland. But let me go over to Tim first. So, Tim, you just want to introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and who the mystery person was walking behind you.
I say, thanks, Phil. Yeah, so the name's Tim. I'll say from TCAM PM and IT Solutions. So I'm based in North Yorkshire, which throws quite people off when I answer the phone. Yeah, I'd say computer repairs, pretty much any of it, business to business, networking, pretty much. There's nothing I don't really provide to customers if they ask for it. Yeah, the person that tried sneaking past the camera was the missus, I think. So, yeah.
There we go. Good to know. Have you got any tips or stories or tricks for us this week?
Yeah, I'd say the big thing I think to keep in mind, certainly at this point of the year, is it never hurts to stock up on those bits you might need for some repairs leading up to post Christmas, when you might need them, and you get a request from a customer for it to come in last minute and they need it urgently, then everywhere's shut down. So yeah, stock up now, get the things in, and you've got them. You haven't got to worry about last minute orders, that kind of thing.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Right, let's just go to the chat. So, first of all, we've got Peter saying, evening all from the South Coast. Hi, Peter, and I like you posting Tech for Techs earlier with your computer case, what's being kicked all the way around the room. We've also got Matt Jones on. Hi, all, loud and clear. Matt from Big ICT in Northamptonshire. Well, hello, Matt. And we've got Alison Cook as well from Norfolk. Hope you all had a good weekend so far. Alison Cook is from East Anglian Data Recovery Services, if I'm correct. And we've also got Paul as well saying evening all and hope we are doing well. I'm doing well, thank you, Paul, and I hope you're doing well as well. Right, let's move on to Jenni. So, Jenni, if you want to introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and what your story and tip of the day is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenni at Tech for Techs. I'm the actual owner. Most of the time I work in production. I'm the one that edits Phil's mishaps in his videos. I'm also the camera person that videos his mishaps, and sometimes I even script what he says. So I work a lot in the background and do the things that you see, but you didn't know that I had anything to do with them. My tip for the day is basically about opening attachments in emails. And it doesn't matter if you know who the email is from, and it can be trusted or not. I saw this week someone open an attachment on their email in their business, and suddenly their contact list was getting emails from a hacker, and they were rude out there emails. And he said, if it keeps on, I won't have a business left, because they were that bad. And they had just taken over the contact list and ran with it, and he had to have some help, and I mean ASAP. So watch what you open up. Attachments, they can be some really bad things. Be very careful.
Okay, nice one. Yeah, attachments, links, anything like that. We should all know what to do, but we all find that we do it anyway. So, and hi, Priscilla. Thanks for the full stop. Right, over to Cormac. So, Cormac, let us know who you are, what you do, and what your tip story of the day is.
I'm Cormac. Hello, my brothers and sisters in England. Actually, I'm going out to your country. I'm going out to London on Boxing Day for 3 or 4 days. So the Queen will probably invite me for tea. But I'm looking forward to it. I used to live in London, so I'm looking forward to going back. And hello to everyone in chat. Alison, I'm going to beat you to the gym early in the morning. I'm going at 6. I'm going to beat you. She's probably going around 5, but we'll get over it. My tip of the week actually is our old favorite Fabs auto backup. You know my opinion on that, on Fabrice. Yeah, we should be building a statue to him. But I have a tech working for me, except we don't call him tech anymore. We call him an engineer. An engineer is going out to site. Sounds better. And he's gifted. He can do stuff that I can't do, but then again, I can do stuff that he can't do. But he is just gifted. I'm very lucky. Great guy as well to work with. But we were going to a business job, and they had the old pop emails, you know, and we were switching. We were going from Windows 7 actually up to Windows 10. And you know something, there was enough computers to be doing, and I also wanted him to learn his own business day to do the business ones. And that's the beauty about Fabs. It's besides the fact it just adds such a level of professionalism that everything is back in its exact place. It also will bring in all the Outlook settings. And for a person who's not familiar, I know when I was starting out, Outlook can still be a witch at times there, but it, like the very fact that if everything goes right, every setting's in, you just, before you open Outlook, you just go into Mail and put in the password and test the setting. Now that will bring in the autocomplete file as well for the address book. So that is gold. It is absolutely gold, because trying to sit down and explain to someone how Outlook works, and as I said, the guy's gifted. He knows a lot more about things than me, but on certain matters. But yeah, so Fabrice is just in my opinion, is just a god, a tech god. And
he's awesome.
A nice guy as well. And his customer service is second to none. So Fabrice, we love you, mate.
We salute you.
Yeah, I must admit, Fab's auto backup is probably one of our most used tools, probably the cheapest tool we use, and probably the most effective tool we use as well. So for the price he sells it for, he really undersells it. I think he put his price up a couple of years ago when everyone complained it was too cheap, but it's still way too cheap. It's like, for the amount of jobs we actually do using it, and the amount you actually obviously make from doing these jobs, it's well worth the money. Let's put it that way. So hopefully,
time and money, because time is money. So
that's it. Let's go through the chat as well. So Priscilla's saying hi again. So we've got Kieran Francis. Hello, everyone is saying. That's Kieran from Cloud Dolphin. If you've not used them, have a look them up. They do some pretty good cloud services, backup and so forth as well. So it ties in with Fabs as well with the backup side of things. And Alison's saying had no chance. I think, I'm not sure who she was replying to, probably Cormac there. So Priscilla's saying bye, I G'd to go. Okay, whatever. And we've got Daniel Stride Vlogs. Hi, Daniel. You've been on the show in the past, if I remember right, doing talking about doing live shows and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. Right, okay, so I'm guessing it's me first. So let's go through one or two things, or should I say me now, should I say, rather than first, what we need to discuss. So first thing is, I'm going to put it on the screen now, is obviously over the last few weeks, a lot of you have been nominating people or businesses for our Tech Awards, which is taking place on the 9th of December, which is a Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So basically about 3 weeks' time. the voting is now open from like half an hour ago. So if you want to go to our website, which is basically techfortext.co.uk, and click awards at the top. I'll put a link in the description in a few minutes as well. You will be able to start voting on who you want to be the best of the best, basically. And you've got everything on there from distributors, websites, you've all got best components, vendor reps, peripherals, best outsource. I can see EADR, that's Alison actually, who's watching at the moment. She's listed in there. We've also got quite a few for best tech websites on there. I can see Crosshaven Computers is listed there as well. Community expert, I think, if I'm right, Tim is there and Cormac's there. So yes, you've actually got, but you're both listed on that list. We've got stores, more store stuff as well, and we've got vehicles and so forth. So as you can see, there's quite a few different awards up there. The top 5 voted for on each category will go through to the final, which then will announce the winner on the 9th of December. All the finalists will get basically a little thing just saying that they're a finalist and so forth, that you're the top 5 in the country or whatever, however we will word it. And then obviously the winner will actually get a nice little trophy to say that they've actually won. Obviously that will be sorted out and sent to you after the show. But you will also get, and this is from Tender, who's sponsoring the event, you'll also get a Tender Nova pack as well. So it's one of their mesh Wi-Fi systems. They'll be sending that out to all the winners as well. So thank you, Tender. And talking about Tender, funnily enough, they've got this, or should I say they got me to say this. Are you looking for a great networking solution? Well, Tender has it all. Finding your BT router no longer has the power? Then try one of these from Tender.
Hell yeah!
Is the Wi-Fi on your laptop not working and you need a discreet solution? Well then get this from Tender.
Hell yeah!
Finding the kids can't get Wi-Fi in the bedroom and they're making your life miserable? Well, you need to get one of these from Tender.
Oh hell yeah!
Looking for a low-cost solution to get internet into your home office? Then you need to get some of these from Tender.
Hell yeah!
For all your networking needs, trust Tender.
Hell yeah!
So if you didn't gather already, Tender's actually sponsoring the episode, and they will also be sponsoring the event on the 9th of December.
I love that ad, boys. Girls, that ad.
There we go. So, as we said, Tender is sponsoring it. Moving on from Tender, let me just open my screen share up as well, just to let you know the TechMax as well. TechMax tickets are still selling. We've only got a few of the evening meals left. We've had quite a few people sign up, as in vendors, in the last few weeks. But the latest ones, Tech Buyer is one of them. They've signed up this week, as well as Autil, as well. So obviously they make SSDs and RAM and stuff like that. We've also got Computer Repairman. They're not on the website yet. I'm waiting for some details from them. They're on there as well. So if you want to be on Computer Repairman, so it's like basically a search thing, which I actually use myself, which is actually pretty good. People do a search and basically shows you who's in your area and stuff, and it works actually pretty good. We've had quite a few people contact us because of it, so that's pretty good. And on top of that, we've also got Coexia, or however you want to pronounce it, which is basically Toshiba, or was Toshiba's memory platform a few years ago. They're now called Coexia, and they'll be coming as well. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so right, let's get back onto the event. Here we go. Let's turn that one off. Here we go. Right, so let's go back on to the main topic now. We've done all the adverts and so forth. So, right, guys, everyone who's watching, that includes you, Kieran, Daniel, Priscilla, Alison, everyone else, I want you to send us a question or a topic to talk about. That's basically what this show is about. We're answering your questions. We're going to discuss them and go through the latest tech and news and stuff like that. So make sure you send them in now, and we'll go through as many of them as possible. Right, let's start off, though, with probably the biggest news that's been around in the last few days is Apple. Okay, so Apple obviously are basically going to be selling parts, tools, software. I'm not sure how they do the software side of things, if it's diagnostic tools or not, but I'm not sure, or an upgrade. But they're going to be selling these things. Is this a good thing for the industry, or is it actually a bad thing? I can see two sides of the story here.
Yeah.
So we'll go through us. I can see Cormac's probably the first one wanting to jump in here.
No, I tell you, I was listening about this today, and first of all, yeah, in the sense that they're after making a dramatic U-turn on the right to repair. That means that we're going to lose in the courts, and that's as simple as that, which is good thing for the tech. And that's right. Second of all, I don't repair iPhones, but they're releasing it for iPhone 13, 12 or something or another, not the ones previous to that at the moment. So those phones are meant to be, besides the battery, and correct me if I'm wrong, are very, very difficult to repair. So I don't know. At the moment, I think it's just a gesture to get the courts off their back. But if they do it long term, if they're saying, right, if they engineer the iPhone 15, 16, 17 for parts in, parts out, I personally don't think it's going to make that much of an effort. People who are interested in repairing, so people who are interested in repairing their own computers, doesn't really affect us much. I don't think myself, look, personally, if you're into tech, you might want to do it. But you know what? If my washing machine company released a way of me fixing my washing machine, that wouldn't be happening. The washing machine person would be happening. But it's an interesting twist in the right to repair. But Apple, and I'll finish this, Apple has always thrown, oh, look at me, we're brilliant. They're advertising, look, we don't track you. No, they do. They just don't want the other people to advertise. They're doing the advertising in a different way, yet they're advertising themselves as privacy first, this and that. You know, Apple ain't as beautiful and as sweet and as nice as they like to make out. I don't think, personally, it's going to make a massive difference, but we'll see.
Okay. What about yourself, Tim? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's going to have its pros to a point, but as Cormac said, there are certainly, I mean, I've been approached about repairing the newer iPhone and the newer tablets as well. And I think it just seems that it's going to work in the longer run with the older iPhones and that. But in terms of the new ones, the way they're going, they're literally near enough solid circuit boards now as it's now with the new stuff anyway. So, yeah, I think it's going to make life more difficult for independents to do, and it's meant to bring a business back to them, to be fair. That's how I see it.
Okay, that's a pretty good response there. What about yourself, Jen? What's your views on this?
Well, I'm with Cormac all the way. Just because it's going to be available to do it yourself, doesn't mean that you should. His washing machine scenario was spot on. Yeah, I'm the same way. If I don't know it, I don't touch it repair-wise. And that goes even in computers. There's things I don't know in computers. So if I don't know how to do it, I will get either Phil to do it that knows or someone else recommend them. If I don't know, I just don't bother with it. And I think that's probably what's going to happen here is a lot of consumers are going to go out and try and do it and mess up.
Yeah, that's good points there. John says in the comments there, I think it's a good thing for right to repair. Yeah, I think it's a good thing in one sense. It's essentially that is what it is, DIY for consumers. But do you think Apple are giving up on pushing out third-party repair shops? I don't believe so. I reckon the replacement parts will be serialized and will pair with the customer's device. It's blah blah blah. We all can fit in their parts for labour costs and so forth. Yeah, the issue I get is very similar with most of us. Is more people are going to try and repair stuff themselves, and more than likely they'll probably break them more so in the process of trying to repair them. You'll get those who do it, but you'll get those people who take a Stanley knife to the screen to try and get it off and stuff like that because it won't come off properly because they're trying to put an iron against it to try and get the screen off and daft things like that. it's really hard to say exactly if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think they've released anything in the form of pricing yet, so God knows what they're going to charge. If it's Apple, when they charge what is it for a little wheel to go on the bottom of a case, 500 quid or something stupid? You can imagine the replacement screens are probably going to cost as much as the damn phone. But who knows? And again, will they keep doing this? Obviously, as these phones get older, will they still keep supporting them and supplying parts, or will it just be stuff what is basically under warranty sort of time zones the first year or two? But yeah, John, more board repairs basically. So if you're into board repairs, you're probably going to get more work out of it. Probably more things of my friend decided to fix my phone for me and so forth and broke it even more, which is the usual thing. Right. Okay. Let's go on. Obviously, guys, if you are have any questions regarding this or anything else regarding any other subjects, make sure you ask. I think there's a conversation.
Daniel had a question earlier.
Yeah, I was just coming to that one. I think Daniel's started a conversation off about Windows 11 here. So yeah, so Daniel's going in as well. It's still hard for me to upgrade to 11 as I need to upgrade my board to have a particular component on it. And then when will we have graphics cards? It really depends on the board you've got, Daniel. As Peter was saying, if it's quite a modern board, generally the last 3 or 4 years, you should have some form of TMP built into the CPU, what's on it. If there's obviously CPU, for example, if it's Intel 8th gen or newer, and a few select pro versions of the 7th gen, I think it was, then they've automatically got them in most cases. So all you need to do is go into your motherboard's BIOS and just enable the security feature. Obviously, it's named slightly different depending on if it's Intel or AMD board, but that's usually all the case it is in most times. Worst case scenario, I think you can still install it as a fresh install anyway, but you may not get any updates potentially in the future, so they say, but I've heard people saying that they are currently, so who knows about that one. What's your views, guys, on Windows 10/11 upgrading? Have you done many, or have you had any issues with them? Let's go to you first, Tim.
Yeah, I've done about 10 or 11 that I've been asked to do for customers, and then there's been ones where they've specifically not been upgraded, so it's a whole new machine. They wanted Windows 11, and I've not had any issues so much installing Windows 11. The biggest issue I've had, to be fair, is when the customer's not liked Windows 11 and then wanted to go back to Windows, get Windows 10 put on the machine instead after, to go back to what they had before. And then just, that's been the worst part, to be fair, is you can't just backdate. You've got to black the whole thing and start again, essentially. And it's a little bit awkward when a customer's been using it for a month, 2 months, or particularly if it's a work or an office machine. I mean, how much information do we carry on the work laptops or the shop machines or that kind of thing? So yeah, there's been a few issues with that, but in terms of the hardware side, it's been a relatively simple process to network it or whatever, if I've been asked to do multiple installs in one go.
Yeah, good point there, to be honest with you. It's is a bit difficult sometimes. I'm going to say I've not had much issues with our stuff and a lot of the new stuff we're doing. Obviously, some of the old refurb laptops, that's the issue we're going to have if they're probably like a 6th or 7th gen Intel processor or whatever, and warranties and so forth. We've got to basically tell the customer, so yeah, if you go and buy this laptop from us for like 300 quid or whatever, which secondhand, you can only use it really for 3.5 years, and then you got to chuck it in the bin because you can't upgrade it. I think it's good in some senses because it stops people putting the new stuff on old stuff, but it also causes more issue with e-waste and stuff like that. A lot of waste plastics and components, which are ideally the parts are absolutely fine. So sorry to say it, but if Matthew's watching the show, he'll probably go on and say you should be using Linux or something along that lines. But But that's generally going to be the only option of or putting some sort of Chromebook type software on there, which
I'd rather hit myself in the head with a hammer than use that.
yeah, well, there you go. So, what's your views, Cormac, on Windows 11? How's it been for you up to now? Have you done much with it?
Windows 11, I'm running on my main computer in my office just because. And it's going grand, and I like it. It's no problem. I've told every single business customer it's not happening, but only one customer has asked me for Windows 11. It's not happening, and I just telling people out straight that look, they're testing it for the first year on my own laptop, my own Dell, something 72 something or another. I've done a clean install, ran away grand, but there was one of the problems was my touchpad was I like to turn off the pinch to zoom, you know. I'd like to turn it off. Couldn't get driver, couldn't get the 10 in properly, and I just blew it away and went back to 10. And that's what I'm saying to them. I'm saying, look, it's only out, it's only been tested. I'm not putting it on my refurb machines. I'm not putting it on any machines when it's going out, because there is not for a year till it's over. My business customers won't get it for 3 or 4 years. And more importantly, it's quite interesting. People just don't seem to be asking it about it because we're in the tech world, we're interested in it, but there is actually no need for them to go on. And me, I like the greatest, and like us all, playing around with the greatest things and the newest and everything. And Windows 11 is lovely and everything and all that, but no, it's not going on any machines that I'm managing at this present moment in time. I haven't had one customer to ask me to upgrade it. I even in the refurb I'm going out, I think there was one customer actually asked, will it be able to handle Windows 11? And that was like 4 months ago. And I said, no one in the world knows what's going on with Windows 11 at the moment. I think it was probably 3 months ago because it only came out. So my answer to that, and like concerning people who are doing gaming and all that, you'd be crazy to put up Windows 11 onto a machine at this present moment in time. I'm not putting Windows 11 on any gaming machine, and then people trying to get in touch with me over Christmas saying there's an issue. I'm in London having tea with the Queen. Sorry.
I've had a few orders that wanted Windows 11 on their machines, and well, being they ordered it, that's what I put it on, and it went through real well. I didn't have any issues, I've got to say, and the little machine ran like a dream for what it was. I have used Windows 11 in the TFT offices, and for the most part, it's a lot like Windows 10 with a facelift is the best way for me to describe it. It seems like the same thing, just things are located differently on the taskbar. You know, so it'll take some getting used to down there is the only thing for me that I can see.
Yeah. To be honest, I've used it quite a lot. I use it on my personal machine. I like to always use the latest stuff, so I know what I'm talking about when customers ask. All our test rigs in the studio are now Windows 11 with the exception of one. And even our work machine, apart from the one we got in the shop, that's still Windows 10, but just because I haven't had a chance to upgrade it yet. But I'm not recommending it for any businesses as of yet, for example, upgrading their old machines to it or anything like that. I'm still telling them to stick to generally Windows 10 if I know it's a business. Obviously, if my own stuff goes wrong, well, that's my own fault. Obviously, if their business goes down because their computer crashed because it's got Windows 11 on, that's my fault as well. So obviously, we've basically said to them, Windows 10 for now on business machines, just in case, and then we'll do a free upgrade for them if they've purchased a new machine later down the line. We'll include that in the price of doing it for them if they wish to go ahead. But new laptops we're selling to consumers, we are selling those all with Windows 11. And actually, I don't think we've had any issue. No one's complained and so forth. But again, these are new machines. So,
Yeah, I mean, you said about business-to-business stuff for customers, for example. I mean, that's pretty much been what I spent years doing, 10, 15 years supporting, directly working for the companies in one form or another, indirectly through contractors or otherwise. And you can guarantee all of their systems might not even support Windows 11. I mean, some that still don't support Windows 10 properly. I've got some that are still using Windows 7, for example. I'm trying to shift them all at least to Windows 10. So yeah, Windows 11. If I get asked and they say it's for a home use, not a problem. If it's for business and they want Windows 11, they sign a disclaimer to say, I'm installing it, you've asked for it, but I don't support your internal DMS systems or anything like that. So I'm not accountable if any of that doesn't work. So I'm covering myself. That's pretty much what I would say about it. Cover yourself if you do, and just in case they start whinging about it to someone, they'll say.
That's a good point. I'm going to say pretty much the same thing we do. So that's definite. And just a heads up, Cormac, the Queen's not going to be in London over Christmas. She's in Norfolk, and so she'll be at Sandringham. That's actually near Allison, right?
5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we'll beat Allison. Yes, it's true. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to disappoint you there.
But the princess is available. Just send your money to Jenny, and she'll come out and wait for a royal for you.
Well, I'll be looking forward to it.
That's it. So, right, let's go through some of the other things what been said. I'm pretty sure I saw someone talking about GPUs a second ago. Oh, yeah. So, Paul saying do you hear about the possible new competition in the GPU market from a company called InnoSilicon, I think it is, or something along that lines. I've heard the name before. I think they do, if I'm right, Bitcoin miners and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I might be off there, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the name around. But I've not heard anything about them doing graphics cards. Obviously, we all or most of us probably know that Intel is entering the market on graphics cards. Hopefully, they should have graphics cards actually, and we're talking about supposedly pretty good graphics cards, equivalent to probably NVIDIA 3070s. I think they're due out probably early next year, if I'm right. Probably about the same time AMD's bringing out their new processors, by the sounds of it. But again, everything gets pushed back and there's delays and all sorts at the moment. So, but no, I'll probably definitely look up that afterwards though, and see what I can find about it. Looks like Daniel and Peter are going on about his motherboard, but yeah, I agree with Peter, Daniel. What Peter says, it sounds like it's you just need to enable the FTPM on the actual motherboard. Right, let's go through. So Paul's saying that the only issues dealt with recently was the snip and sketch it feature, or stretch feature. Basically, yeah, in Windows 11. So yeah, I've not come across anyone complaining about it. It's not something I use myself, so it hasn't bothered me too much. Right. Okay. So let's go on to Alison. She's saying, "Hi, we're both in residence." So there you go. So the Queen and Alison will be in residence for you, Cormac, but not in London. Okay. So right, let's go through, guys. If you have got any questions for us, that's everyone who's in the chat. If you've got any questions about latest tech news, anything, just chuck it in. Business advice or anything like that, let us know. Right. Does Tim, Cormac, or Jenny have any topics you want to talk about before I chuck another one on the table?
I got the new Pixel phone, Pixel 6. Don't bother getting it. Fingerprint issues drive me insane. Don't get it till you get a software update. Nice phone, but and we don't have to talk about that too much. Just dropped it in because I was dead excited. Fingerprint issues, just not worth it a while. You know, till they software were updated. You had a good topic about diagnostic fees. You were going to talk about Philip. We'll call you Philip tonight.
Phil or Philip, whichever you want. If you want to do my Sunday name, that's fine. As long as you don't use the Wednesday night name, I'm fine with that.
It's also his in trouble name, Philip.
Yeah, reason I don't mind. I wanted that brought up because I got snappy. Well, I got snappy in my head with a customer there earlier by insane tinnitus. I didn't even respond to her text. But we charge a diagnostic fee, and the prices, everything's gone crazy in Ireland and England probably at the moment. And we rose our diagnostic fee from €30 to €45, which is an hour. Which is, I know it sounds expensive. It is, but I don't want the time wasters, and also we do a very professional service. It's knocked off the price of the repair if they choose to go ahead with it. I have to pay someone to look at this for an hour as well, and we'll within reason. Like if you sometimes you know with a couple of minutes straight away. But anyway, a customer came to me with a machine there lately, and the machine was old, and I told her that we could do an SSD upgrade on it. But I said I always want long-term relationships with a customer. She was only using it for a second machine. Wasn't trying to upsell it another machine. I said I only do long-term views with customers, relationships. I don't go for the buck on every job that comes in, I said. And the machine is too old, even with an SSD. I said it's not financially viable for you to get that machine done. I said I would make money if you get that machine done. But I personally don't think that you should get it done. Honest advice, there's nothing else. So anyway, she sent me an email. Anyway, she's a bit ratty anyway. But anyway, sent me an email later on stating that she brought it to a place where they do free diagnostic. And now it's a very good shop actually in the city, but they do free diagnostic, and they were doing an SSD upgrade for her. For I'd say 20 quid cheaper than I would have been doing it anyway, And then she pointed out 3 times, and they do free diagnostic, they do free diagnostic. And you know what? I looked at it and went, that's beautiful, because that's a customer that I don't want. Because yes, they done a free diagnostic, but they also done a disservice. That machine should not have been done. It wasn't a case of me going, I'm selling you this machine. It was me genuinely saying, if it was my machine and I had the SSD and I'm not paying to get it done, I wouldn't get it done. I'm doing the right thing for the customer. That's why we got so much reviews. Yet she's just looked and went, cheap, free diagnostic, cheap. He's doing it cheaper than them. Oh, look at them. And made Mary a stab at me, kind of going, oh, well, they can do what you can't do, or this and that, doing it as a cheaper price. You were screwed, girl. And that's grand. And if you want to walk away thinking you're the smartest person in the room, that's fabulous. But really, and it got into my head because the email came at around 5:30 and a text. And you know what? I just went, brilliant. Thank you. I'm delighted I don't have that customer. Because so that's my view on diagnostic. The fee is also to get rid of. And I know people have, I know people have money. Things I'm not trying to, Christmas is an expensive time. But no, I have a business to run, a VAT to pay, I have this and that, and we'll do a proper diagnostic, proper service, and I don't want customers like that.
And you've got a reputation.
Thank you very much.
And I get those all the time. And I like you, I'm honest with them. If I think it's Windows Vista laptop and they're trying to put Windows 11 on it with a new SSD and blah, blah, blah for Christmas, I'll tell them they're wasting their time and money, and be honest about it. I really will. I'm not trying to make money off of them. I'm actually trying to help them. And a lot of times they don't see it like that. And to me, it's just, well, if you don't want to take my advice, don't. But I'm not doing it like you said. And bye, Felicia. That's about the size of it.
Yeah, I think you get them all over. I mean, I get a few where they go to me, and the first thing I make it quite clear that, and it's even if they come see me in my office, it's even on the wall my call it hourly rate, kind of, as you might call it, or diagnostic fee, that kind of thing. And yeah, if they don't like it, and I am honest about it, even if I don't. There's no fix, no fee. It's good, but you get a reputation for it, and then you get called out. You do an upgrade, and then 6 months later, say the motherboard just dies because it's a 10-year-old laptop. They're going to go back to you and blame you for it. But just because you put a drive in there. So say they waste money. So yeah, that's why I agree. I wouldn't do it unless it's a certain age or a condition or.
That's it. It's got to be decent enough to do it. I'm going to say if it's going to fall to pieces after 6 months, it's going to give you a bad name in the end rather than making you 20 quid. So yeah, definitely agree there. What are you saying, Jen?
I had one man walk into my shop this week. He was looking to buy a reconditioned laptop for Christmas for his missus. And all of our reconditioned laptops have 3-month warranty as standard. And our new ones have a year. Okay. So just pretty reasonable. He says, I know a shop in town that I can get a reconditioned laptop with a year's warranty. I said, oh, really? I said, I don't. Because who in their right mind would sell a reconditioned laptop with the same warranty as you put on a new one? That sounded a bit strange to me. And then he played the OAP card. Because I'm an OAP, you should knock some money off. And I thought, well, why don't you go to that store that's got the year's warranty and everything? I mean, come on. I get all types through the door, though. I really do. I should write a book about it.
I do know 1 or 2 places, to be honest, just to defend anyone who is listening, who does give a year warranty, that do give a 1-year warranty on refurbished stuff. It depends on, obviously, how much faith you've got in the product as well. So don't get me wrong, we've got all faith in our product, but we want to differentiate them between the new products. We don't want to be offering the same service on a second and a new one. And because we offer call-out service as well to set them up and all this and the other, we don't want to be setting them up on site a year later and doing things on them if they're what we'd class as out of warranty. But yeah, back to the diagnostic things is we started charging diagnostic not long after we first opened the store. So the store we opened in 2013. So we started probably charging diagnostics in 2014 or 2015 because we were getting that many time wasters. We were wasting our time, basically people coming in, getting stuff and going, oh, can you check to see what's wrong with this? And then we find out, A, it's been checked elsewhere already and they've already said it's not viable to repair. Or what they do is basically get the free diagnostics, we'll tell them what's wrong with it, and then they'd go to the mate on Facebook or find the parts themselves and get it done that way. And in some cases, I'm pretty sure that the people who were bringing them in for free diagnostics were not very good repair technicians is probably the best way of doing it, trying to find out what was wrong with it because they didn't know how to fix it themselves. So we were telling them what to do, and then they were charging a customer for it because I'm pretty sure we saw a few people come in and they came in with a different name and checked it in under a different name each time. And I was like, I'm pretty sure we saw him a couple of weeks ago, but yeah,
didn't even collect theirs.
Yeah, and that's it. So.
We're getting a couple of laptops back, even a refurbished one, and they walked in. They only got it a few months ago for the kids, and this happened twice actually in the last while. And they came in and said nothing happened, and the keyboard's just broken. But it's when she walked in, it was the space bar was broken on it, and I think it was the S or D key as well, you know. And I said, all right. And when she went away, I knew it before she even said it. I went and I checked the games list here at Steam, and they're playing Roblox. Is that what all the young kids are playing at the moment? We're after getting attacked on it. Yeah, and actually my own girlfriend's kid is after break this space bar, the S bar as well. And so I rang her up and I was like, look, that's a very nice lady. I was like, your kid's playing computer games on that. I said, it's not a gaming machine. And she was like, I'll kill him. I'll absolutely kill him because he swore that nothing happened to the machine. But it seems to be this Roblox game that they're all banging away on the space bars. And I tell you, I say that because I literally see that up at my own girlfriend's house with the keyboards as well. And again, actually, there's another key gone up there in that house as well now. I think I might have to just be getting keyboards away. So watch out for that one if they're coming in. Roblox. Yeah.
But what I usually say is to people who are wanting to use a laptop for gaming like that, I usually say to them, you're best to attach an external keyboard to it.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a pain, it's an extra size, but stick an
yeah,
external one on. But yeah, it's always the WAS and D keys, which is obviously for your movement and stuff like that, and space. Which if any are going to go, it's usually those.
The other one's shift as well, because that's usually run. Like I said, I would say being the game myself. That's my laptop. I spent enough money on it. I've got an external keyboard, as you said. I just plug a USB keyboard into the side of it, which is I take a bit more of a battering, we'll say, than the laptop one. And yeah, it saves.
My letter C takes some hammer because that's what you crouch with.
Yeah.
And that one, when I'm firing a gun at a zombie and I crouch behind a bush, that one takes a lot of hammer. So
that's it. Yeah, going back to the diagnostic fee to finish that one, that conversation off is once we put our prices up, we did get a higher quality of customer then coming in and got rid of the ones we didn't want, the time wasters, the ones wanting to do everything doing for nothing and so forth. And I think that goes in with basically what we do with the price as well. The higher you charge, you tend to find, or the more you charge, the better quality customer you get in. There's nothing wrong, obviously, with dealing with people who want stuff what is value, but some people just want stuff that's cheap and in some cases cheap and nasty, or they'll just go to whoever's got the cheapest price and they'll have no affinity with you. They'll just go to whoever's got it cheapest the next time they need something doing. So Paul's saying he's for Roblox he's installed an auto clicker on his son's PC due to the constant clicking of the mouse. So that basically just presses one button and it just keeps clicking constantly for him. So yeah, stuff like that is pretty good. Right, do you guys have anything else you would like to talk about? Tim, Jen?
I don't know. Any topic you throw at me, I'm open.
Yeah, that's a little bit quiet tonight. So if anyone in chat does have anything else I want to talk about, we're on for another just over 10 minutes. Let us know and we'll go over it. So basically, latest tech news, information, stuff like that. Feel free, just chuck it in. Let's have a... Sorry, what was that, Tim?
So something that I was going to bring up was about the importance of the business-to-business networking groups, for example, like cross-linking between. I mean, I've recently joined a business. It's this group of the whole mix: builders, decorators, people that've got entertainment halls, that kind of thing. And from the business-to-business perspective, I've already got, and I've only just joined it, about 15 leads in for brand new customers that I probably wouldn't have even had without that, we'll say. So yeah, it's sort of say the importance of cross building, we'll say, not just on the IT side, but you get a builder, say you need networking sometimes. I'm not a qualified builder, so if they don't want wireless boxes in and around, okay, you've got cables in, work with someone else and build like your relationships up that way.
It's pretty good because every business these days needs a computer expert. Not everyone needs a builder every week. So you've done probably the right thing there. You just have to make sure when you're joining these networking groups, there's not another 10 computer experts in the group already. Otherwise, it might be a bit diluted. But if you go in and you're the only one, or probably one or two of you, you'll probably do pretty well out of it.
But yeah, I'm the only one. The whole point of this one is there's only one of, say, each thing. So I go in there. You've got one guy specialising in web design and another one that specialises in the apps as well. So in terms of if I get a request, I can now kind of spread the load on what I'm asked to do, and then it makes my life a lot easier. I'm just managing it. I'm doing all of it. I can focus more on one particular side of it, and then get them to do the web coding side and whatever else. So yeah, that
sounds pretty good.
Something I would certainly recommend. It's helped within the last couple of weeks from my where I am. Anyway,
Do you do much in the way of networking, Cormac, or are you finding yourself busy enough?
Where I was, but no, because I tell you something that was interesting when you were saying I twice have been approached in the last few weeks. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it initially before lockdown was that they were meeting every Friday morning, and it was kind of like, it's the BNI group. To me, it appeared a bit like the Freemasons. Not that I was ever in the Freemasons, but you had to stand up and say your pitch and who you have got. Now, for a tech person, it's gold, I would imagine, because you're the only tech person there. There's 14, 15 people with computers. Has to be. It's brilliant. And I know loads of people get things out of it. For me, at that time, I was building. I didn't want more business at the time because I was still learning my skills on certain things as well. So I didn't want to go in when I knew I didn't know enough. I wanted to wait till I knew exactly what to a degree. But then I just didn't want to have to address someone every Friday and say, look, to the auctioneer guy, I didn't get you any leads. I didn't get you leads. I didn't get that leads. But maybe it's something that maybe if I found the right group, I would address again. But I think Tim's point, I think, is it's golden. And as Phil said there, I think as well, like there is 15, we'll say there's 15 people in there. Every single one of them got computers, so that is a golden field to go for. So maybe I look at it at the moment where I'm doing 16 hours days. I'm considering for the first time ever, considering getting a shop. Don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. At the moment, at the moment I'm too busy to do anymore. No, Phil is gone.
Yeah, I can hear him in the house, but I can't hear him on the mic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me now. Right, okay, I'll just turn mic on and off again. So, right, okay, no problem. So, did I hear right that you're thinking about getting a shop then?
Yeah, I may because I got Neve on board with me now. And she's absolutely amazing with customers. So I don't want to be in the shop. She could do the shop when I was out, and the engineer could be out and about. I'll see. I want to check the rates. I want to check that. I want to. If I am going to do a shop, I'm going to be selling products, but I'm going to be selling high priced products. I'm not going to try to compete with the big stores. I have no interest in trying to be, create a kind of maybe an area as exclusive as kind of an Apple store and not have a lot of stock. Order it in, so that custom will buy and we'll do a 3 days to get it in. And we'll sit down, we'll talk you through what you want. And I'm not going in for the cheap market. I am not. I'm going in. You'll come to us because we're the best, and you might have to pay a little bit more. But I do generally think there's an opportunity. People are getting sick of being on call waiting for an hour. They're getting sick of that. If they have to bring stuff back to big stores 3 or 4 weeks, you're dealing with someone who doesn't care. They're going to be in a different job next week. Where at this present moment in time, everyone is time poor mostly, and they'll do anything just for a good customer service. So I will probably look out for something. And the last thing is that the thought that came into my head as well is that while we'll say something like Synchro is collecting all names and addresses and this and that and your customer base, which you could sell at some stage, having a shop and maybe after 5-10 years of saying, there you go, this is my figures, this is this, it's an enterprise and it's an investment you can sell. And that just came to me the last day. I was like, something, maybe investing my time in there will be, there's customer base, there's shop front, there you go, pay me, I'm off to South America.
No, there we go.
What I have found in shops, and because we've got one ourselves, is I never try and compete on price, but I'm very competitive on my customer service.
Yeah.
I can give them the best customer service, hands down, against the likes of Curry's and things like that. I may not beat them on prices, but that little bit extra they have to pay for the laptop is customer service and peace of mind. And I'm going to be there. And if they have an issue with that new laptop, I know what's in it because I built it. And I'll RMA the parts and get it sorted out and turned around in a lot quicker time than if they had to have it sent back to, let's say, Lenovo or whatever and lose all their data and so forth. I can, and most of the time, run fabs on it, get their information off of it, get it fixed, get it back to them in less than a week.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that point. I mean, I've gone to call outs, told the customer after I finish everything's working as they want, in which most of the time they get more than they expect out of me. So I give them a tutorial, for example, on this is how, got any questions, you just throw them at me while I'm here. And that little extra, quite often I give them the price, and then they add, you might call it a tip on top. If so I'll give them a price and they'll add, say 20, 30, 40% on top, and they say, no, that's because you've gone and helped us out. And I've still got all of those customers to this day. They still come back and they still refer me for it. So
that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to say, be interested to see what you do in the future, Cormac. We'll have to have another chat about it. You'll have to see if you're going to go for an industrial states type style store, or a high street store, or a destination store, or a back street store, or
I could end up in jail as well with one of these possibilities. No, if I'm doing it, it's going to be exclusive. It's going to be sexy. It's going to be like Sarah said. I don't want. My idea wouldn't be for people to come in, stand at counters, just sit down. It's going to be. We'll have an espresso and George Clooney giving out coffee and stuff. That sort of.
Okay. I've got a task for you then. If you get in this store, you've got to put one of these on the front.
Don't worry.
He's already got it.
We only got it there. So, I should have put yeah. So there we go. And then that last note, I did spend a bit of money on a billboard in the middle of my town this week. It's the first time I've done kind of what I would regard as old-fashioned marketing. But I've done a big one in the outside this local supermarket. And I just went for it because it's all shop local at the moment. So that's what I think. I think on my sign it says something like the best gift you can get. The best gift you can give this Christmas is shopping local. Now, honestly, the best gift is probably giving money to homeless people or something like that. But you know what I'm saying. But I didn't want to just a generic sign. I wanted to talk to people, and it is. And I am buying all my gifts for everyone locally, and that's I am everything buying local, because if I'm pushing local, I'm buying local, and I also think we really want to help our local businesses. We really do.
Yeah, and that's good points there. Let's just go on to what Alison says. This is regarding to Tim, actually, about his networking. Not only the 15 people in the room, it's the people they know too. So obviously you'll get connections through them, probably family, friends, and so forth. So I think Alison does a lot of networking groups and stuff like that. Quick question for you, Cormac. With you doing all this advertising in places, do you track where your customers come from?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Do I track? I'm getting loads for referrals, and I imagine where I get most from is actually Google reviews. But actually, I tell you where I made, and I said it to you before, I made myself the focal point of all my advertising and everything, and I'm getting very well known around the village, so people stop and talk to me. So that's an interesting one, but I don't know, because I'll just tell you this: that billboard I put up, I did not put that up in a say that, oh my God, I'm going to get a load of customers in a week. I didn't. I put that billboard up for 4, 5, 6 months down the road, that just to get your presence known more. But again, I'm in the center of that billboard. So the answer to the question, where I would get most of my customers from tracking, is Facebook. without a shadow of a doubt. It's all Facebook. It's just Facebook. You know, my strong opinions on Facebook.
Something I'll give everyone who's viewing, watching today, if you don't already, track where your customers from. All it asks is, where did you get our details from? How did you find us? A lot of them will say internet, which generally means Google, but do track it and also note down what they say regarding it. They'll say, we found you on Google, and we clicked on a few different web pages, and we saw yours, and it got a picture of you guys on it, so I knew who I was dealing with beforehand, and so forth. Note that down, because obviously that helps, and it shows you that why people are actually coming to see you. Right, we're at the last couple of minutes. Let's just go really quickly around. The last topic I've got is basically Amazon is to stop taking credit card payments. Really quick, what's your thoughts on that, Tim?
I can see why they've done it, because I've been reading, funny enough, about half an hour before this, I was reading what the actual information was saying online about it. I think I can see why they've done it with where they say about the fees, because I know the card machine company that I use, if I take it from a credit card, certain ones, I do get a larger percentage go to the credit company, we'll say. I can see why they've done it. But I think going forward, it's going to be interesting to see if that means the fees magically disappear, we'll say, just so the Visa side doesn't lose that business, because that's quite a bit of revenue for them a year.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What about yourself, Jen? Do you have any opinions on that one?
I think that Visa will hurt more than Amazon will. I really do, because Amazon's got a really big customer base globally. It's not just some hole-in-the-wall shop that you go into and they say, "Oh, no, I'm not going to use you anymore." So I think Visa will really feel the patching.
Okay. Matt just said in the comments, received further email from Amazon saying it doesn't apply to business accounts, but doubt it will affect their sales on either side. Okay, nice to know about the business account side of things. We don't buy much from Amazon, but it's always good to know. What about yourself, Cormac? Do you think that'll hurt them or be a good thing?
I hope that Amazon destroys them, bring down the fees. They're robbing us blind. Destroy them, Amazon. Destroy them. Go after them all.
Yeah.
Take them all down, Amazon. And to be frank and honest, Amazon's not. The Brexit is after throwing something into the mix for us, which makes it even better. People buying off Amazon are going to get caught buying import duties now from England, and so that's beneficial. People are going to stop buying off Amazon for us anyway. But I'll just destroy these and them robbing us from years. Destroy them.
I did read where you will be able to use like Visa debit cards. Those will be accepted from what I read, but it's just the credit cards that they won't accept. So
I don't have credit cards anyway. I don't believe in that.
I don't. I've got debit cards. If we don't have cash, we don't get
debit cards.
Yep.
That's it. I can see it going several ways, because obviously Amazon are more than likely broker a deal with Visa in the end, or vice versa. Visa will end up giving them cheaper fees, which means everyone else, like the rest of the shops, still have to pay the full percentage of the charges, and Amazon will probably get it for half of the price, which obviously makes it better for Amazon. Or you could look at it the other way. If Amazon doesn't accept credit cards, that means potentially the people might come to your store and use a credit card with you. So go either way. Anyway, that's final thoughts for you to think about. Right, let's call it a night then. I think we're just at the night, just past 9 o'clock. So guys, if you are interested in watching next week's show, we do have Tender on the show, who funnily enough is today's sponsor, and they're also the guys who are running or should I say sponsoring the awards event next month on the 9th of December. So make sure you tune in next Thursday, 8 p.m, same time as usual, every Thursday, 8 p.m, straight and simple. And if you are interested in joining Tech for Text, make sure you go to the website, which is techfortext.co.uk and /join, and it'll give you a bit of information about how to join. There's basically a button on there. It's totally free to join over 1,300 members just like you, and as I said, it's totally free. So I think that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to say,
don't forget to your voting then, put in the link, all right, and vote for me in every category, even one of the ones that I'm not in. Vote me in. Best looking Irish tech, anything, just vote for me, because my ego is very low at the moment, and you know, it would cheer me up, you know.
Yeah, all right.
Do the second shout out there.
He knows how to rig things here, doesn't he? Yeah. All right. Okay. Just to let you know, guys know as well, Tech for Tech's awards, the link's on the screen, so it's techfortech.co.uk/awards, as Cormac was just mentioned. And one thing what makes our awards different than every other one is anyone who's sponsoring the event is not allowed to be in the event. So, for example, there will be no awards for tender. Okay, even if someone nominates their name, which they did a few times, they do not get an award or anything like that. There are no rigging or anything like that. Like there are on a lot of other events, you always find the sponsors are the ones what end up winning the events. And
we know about those, don't we?
Yes, we do. So they are not allowed to get an award, basically, even if they do deserve one. Right. Okay. So I'd just like to say thank you, Tim, for joining us tonight. Also, thank you, Cormac, as well. And thank you to the boss, Jenni, for joining as well. And we'll see you all next Thursday at 8 p.m. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
No, no.